Oh, there you are, YouTube.
That one's kind of hard for me.
Okay. Alrighty.
Here we go.
27th, what are we watching?
28.
Oh, sorry, 28th, what are we watching? What does it say?
Urban Legend.
Ooh, hold that up for me. Urban Legend. All right. I don't think I've ever seen Urban Legend.
Me neither.
I remember we got all these like late 90s films in here. Tracy brought cookies. Pumpkin cookies.
That's your good side?
Oh, I'm never on this side.
Take my strong hand.
Scary Movie 2?
Probably. I've never seen any of them. Everybody quoted it.
Yeah, that's what that's from.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you think of this movie? Wait, who did that score? Because that sounded like Lady in the Water for a second.
It was not James Newton Howard.
Oh, okay. So, what did you think of this one?
You know, it was really fun.
And funny.
I laughed so much.
Yeah.
Incredible. I'll also asked a lot of why questions.
Yeah.
But you know what? Similar to the movie we watched yesterday, The Faculty, completely, utterly ridiculous.
Oh, yeah. Very ridiculous. We don't get...
Fun.
So I guess we'll do spoilers in here.
Yeah.
We'll work our way into them. But one thing I guess it had going for it is all of my predictions for a long time were incorrect.
Yes.
And then it wasn't until later in the movie when I was like, well, maybe it's this person. And then even then I didn't feel confident.
Right.
But I was like, but we're running out of people that are alive in this movie.
I know.
So I guess I have to add them to the list.
Right.
But it still didn't feel right until we heard her screaming from the dilapidated home.
Yes.
That's when I was kind of like, okay, she is.
Right.
I was 100%, but it took me so long.
Yeah.
I had not a lot of theories, but a few theories, and each one was incorrect.
Yeah. That's what happened to me too. For a while you think you know what it is, and then you get thrown off of that. So then you're trying different, well, could it be this? You're like, do I need to get outside the group a little more?
Right.
And then because it's an urban legend, and it was like legends within legends all over the place.
Right.
You kind of started forgetting what, it was like all these different layers, and you started confusing them together. You're like, wait, was that an urban legend, or did that happen to these people? It really worked to the movie's advantage.
Right.
I don't know if they did it on accident or on purpose, but I was like having trouble keeping certain facts straight. So then I couldn't put together the puzzle.
There were one I guess issue. Every once in a while we would stray from urban legends. Like each of the killings were based off of an urban legend, but then they started to needing to kill more people, so then it was just like a random killing, it felt like. So I was kind of like, well, what's this one based off of?
Right.
You got to stick with it.
Right.
But then at the end, I was like, why is this person even... So the killer, I was like, why are they even doing urban legends? What's the motive here? Like, what is their interest in it? I don't get it. But the interest was... Framing. Yeah. So, in the end, I guess it was there, but it was not like a natural interest in the killer that they had in urban legends. It was like planned out, like, oh, if I do a spree of killings based around urban legends, I can frame this person over here.
Right. And I was really thinking nobody would think of it to this degree.
Right.
And certainly not a woman.
Except
I don't mean that in a misogynistic way. It's just like all serial killers are dudes.
Right, but I think they were really playing off the crazy ex-girlfriend, except for, I don't know, scorned lover. What's the word here? Because that's not what she is. the
widow.
The widow. Yeah, it's like the revenge-seeking
Right.
girlfriend, but she's not seeking revenge towards her lover, but the person who killed her lover.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they did, so they presented us with...
So yeah, it's revenge.
They presented us with a lot of information. It was like somebody had a box and it had a puzzle in it, and they took out all the pieces and they threw them on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you have all the pieces, and then right before you think you can solve it, they say, oh, everything in this room is part of the puzzle.
Right.
And then you're like, how do I put that together?
Yeah.
Like, it's like we knew that guy died, but we had no idea that they had any relation.
Right.
We should have known that was a clue, but it just went over our heads.
Right.
But it's like anybody could know anybody in this movie, because Redhead over there was...
Right. Everything was surrounding.
Didn't tell who she knew. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like it... What'd you think of the ending? Because one thing, I don't think I mentioned this, but yesterday with the faculty, what I really liked about it is when it was over, it was over. They won.
Yes.
We didn't stay for the after credits scene if there was one, but let's say there's no after credits scene in the faculty.
Right.
The good guys win.
Right.
And it's over, and then there's no somebody like waking up and being like, actually, I'm still alive.
Right. Or
So,
one of those little guys swimming around.
Yeah.
Or flopping until he gets to some water, and then...
Right. It was just
starts
like...
sprouting red things.
It's over, and Elijah Wood solved it. Because I was, sort of waiting for Elijah Wood to turn at the camera, and then we see a little slug, crawling around under his skin. But it never happened, and I was like, that's great. Yeah. So this movie does the opposite, where
you never know when it's
they're
ending.
like setting up a sequel. If this is a big hit, if this movie's a big hit, at least we can make a sequel.
Right.
But...
/ is this the ending? No. Is this the ending? No. They're like, you're telling me that this is the actual ending? And she sounded like... Never mind.
What?
She just it sounded like Tara Reid's voice at first.
Sitting there?
So I got really confused. I was like, wait, is she not dead? But then...
Tara Reid was worthless in this movie. I mean, I know she was kind of like a name at the time, so it was kind of like a get, like as in like, hey, young men who are into her. Were people into her yet, though? Because American Pie hadn't come out yet. Maybe they were.
I don't know. When did... She was in, like, a Big Lebowski.
Yeah, but that was like... Oh, gosh. That's right.
So she was around.
And Lebowski was... Was it 98 or 97?
I can't remember.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. I can't believe that. So, yeah, maybe it was kind of like a, hey, look, Tara Reid's in the movie.
Right.
Because she has no point. Same thing with, like, Usher.
She's very two-dimensional.
Usher in the other movie, it was just kind of like a let's get Usher fans in here.
Sure.
Yeah. Like, Usher really didn't have a point. His casting, anyway. I felt like stunt casting. Is that what stunt casting means? I don't know what stunt casting means.
I don't either.
I need to look into that. But it felt, let's hire this person only to get butts in seats. So, that
Jill
sort of thing.
Butts.
Jill Butt! Deep SNL cut.
Yeah, I'm really stuck on Tara Reid right now.
Track, I mean. Deep SNL track.
She is two-dimensional as an actor, completely. Do I mean one-dimensional?
Yes. I'm over here agreeing with you. Yes.
I know what you're...
Right.
Yes, she's very one-dimensional.
Yeah.
But regardless, she was never three-dimensional, so at least I had that going for me.
Yeah.
And also her face is always the same. She's never like... she's not like using her face to act. Is that an impression of her?
Is that it?
No.
But I feel like her eyes are big and her...
Oh my god.
She's just letting her teeth show.
You look like... kind of like an elephant that was like going under for
anesthesia,
yeah.
As they said in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember what I was trying to say about Tara. She's one-dimensional and nothing's going on with her face.
Right. And that's, like, and her death was not an urban legend.
Right, and you never saw her dead.
Right.
Like, when the axe was coming up, you'd think there would be blood flying off, but there wasn't. Because at that point, I was like, wait, who is this person? Mm-hmm. Is she actually killing?
Right. But yeah, you know, like the previous one, you can pick it apart. It's fun watching it with friends. I don't think I'd have fun watching that by myself, though.
No.
I'd only have fun watching it with you. And, like, you know, just the entertainment of hanging out with friends, making fun of it. That's what made it fun and exciting.
Yes. I know. I feel like I should say I'm making fun of a lot of things here.
Yeah.
But it's all for love and enjoyment.
Right.
No harm meant to any of the actors involved.
Yeah.
Except for
Joshua
Josh
Jackson. Oh, Josh Hartnett from last night.
But who's? Oh, and I've done some harm to Tara Reid today.
Oh yeah, but
I wish the best for you, girl.
Yes.
Yes.
I hope the next American Pie is really good and boosts the career. Mm-hmm. Not like I have a career, but you know, as good as Tara Reid's.
Oh sure.
You know.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
She's made it. She made it long ago.
We're really punching up.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, so I guess let's conclude that because we have a bonus movie today. Not only did we watch whatever that movie was called that we just watched. What was that movie called?
Legend.
Urban Legend. We're also going to watch Barbarian, which just came out on streaming a couple days ago. So 2 horror films, 1 extra for the price of 1. No, I messed that up.
2 for the price of 1.
2 for the price of 1.
Or as some people say, 1 extra.
1 extra. And this is unexpected. We didn't know this was going to happen until maybe, I don't know,
just like
5 hours ago or something.
Just like I didn't know there was going to be a disembodied rabbit head in my driveway yesterday.
What would done that? A fox?
I guess.
Ooh.
I don't know. But there's a crow pecking out its eyeballs.
You saw that?
I saw.
Did you hear that? A crow was pecking at its eyeballs.
And
like this is some sort of horror film.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure that I don't know if I'm going to make it till Halloween.
Whoa.
It seemed like a sign.
It seemed like something you would see in one of these movies that we've watched this month. Mm-hmm. As an omen.
I know. It seems like I could be lying right now.
But you're not.
But I'm a 2-dimensional actress.
Maybe 3.
Maybe even 3.
Yeah.
And then I scared the crow away just to kind of see what was going on.
Shoot.
And it was yelling at me angrily from...
Crows are smart.
Yeah.
If you haven't heard that, look it up.
They have crow funerals.
Yeah. They're so smart. They use tools. It's like apes and crows.
And they remember people's faces.
Yeah, they can become your friend or dislike you.
Forever.
Yeah. It's wild.
They can hold a grudge.
Yes. The Grudge. That's a horror film.
A Murder of Crows. The Birds. That's a horror film.
Yeah.
There's plenty more we can list. I feel like there was something else. Oh, speaking of, we were forgetting the name of this movie.
Urban Legend?
Easily.
Is it Urban Legend or Urban Legends? Singular.
Yeah, Urban Legend. And then I was going back in my memory and just kind of thinking about some of the movies we'd watched this year. Mm-hmm. Month, year, yeah, both work. And I scrolled through some of the videos.
Yeah.
And I clicked on one. I was like, what was this movie? And then we're talking about it, and I'm like, I don't know what this movie is.
Was it that one about the house or no, with Amanda Seyfried?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were talking about Amanda Seyfried in the intro of our video or whatever.
And you're like, I don't remember this movie.
I don't remember this movie, and I was like, Amanda Seyfried was in a movie that we watched? Like this, what was this, last week?
Nobody knows about that movie. And my video did very poorly.
I feel like
nobody cared to watch it because nobody's heard of that movie.
Maybe that's part of the movie's magic, is you forget it as soon as you see it.
Yeah, that's gotta be.
I couldn't remember the name. I couldn't remember. I was like, Amanda Seyfried, what happened there?
Yeah, forgettable. Yeah.
So, just a little after the fact review, extra review.
So Elizabeth is making some hot chocolate right now. So maybe we'll go over there. I'll take a quick little video of that, and then we'll start Barbarian.
Bar, 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 bar.
I keep wanting to call it Babylon because of that Brad Pitt movie that's going to come out soon.
Bullet Train. And cut.
No, David O. Russell, I think. Oh no, that's not even it either. I don't know. Oh, it's the guy who did La La Land. Damien Chazelle is making a movie called Babylon with him.
Just to bring it back around to last night, when Mark Wahlberg, was part of the Funky Bunch.
That's right, yeah.
They had a song called Babylon.
Ah.
Baby, it's Babylon. You didn't find it unless you were insanely obsessed with Mark Wahlberg, like I was when I was 13.
Because I only know his one jam.
Everybody Dance Now.
Everybody Dance Now.
That's not it. Is that it?
I don't know.
No,
Funky, move to the music. No, what is it? Pump up the jam.
There's
no,
a Beach Boys song with the same name, because I would try to request the Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch song at dances, and then the Beach Boys song would come on, and I'm like, I hate Good Vibrations.
Oh, talk about them. Good vibrations.
Come on, come on, come on.
Sweet sensations.
I like how I'm doing the Mark Wahlberg, and you're doing the woman.
They got in trouble though, because the woman that they cast for the video was not the woman who sang the song
in the CNC Music Factory or whatever their name was.
Yeah, I remember that caused some. I don't know if it caused controversy at the time, but it did years later.
Did they switch up the races or anything like that?
I don't think it was that body. I think it was body types.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Either way, it was a no-no.
Right. Well.
Mark Wahlberg is always embroiled in some controversy or another.
Yeah. and made a second appearance in our discussions.
Yeah.
On film.
He'll be back.
And he's not even in the movies we're watching. Okay. Should we head over to Hot Chocolateville?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Hot Chalky.
Here we go.
I think I said disembodied. I meant disembodied.
Yeah, I knew what you meant.
Here's that hot chocolate. Dr. House. Blessing our house. I didn't make this, but I'm whisking it now. This is nice and thick. This is how I want my hot chocolate. I want it near sauce. I want it near sauce.
Like a Bernays.
I want it to be a Bernays. Nice and thick. Tracy, did you bring marshmallows for the hot chocolate today?
No.
Now we don't have Stay Puffed, but we do have Jet Puffed. So that's what will go in here. Ooh, almost. So close. Go again. Oh, so close. Missing.
Bozo Buckets over here.
Bozo Buckets. If you're from Chicago, you know what that means. There we go. Cheers. Barbarian just ended. What did you think?
Barbarian.
When you were a kid, did you think it was just nonsense words? Yeah. And then when you grew up, it's Barbara Ann. Yeah. Me too.
Did you know that song "Take a Load Off Fanny"
by the band?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you know that it's Fanny, not Annie?
Take a load off. Yeah, I knew that one.
What? The off just blends right into
Load
Annie.
off Annie.
I always thought it was "Take a Load Off Annie."
Oh.
And it's "Take a Load Off Fanny." And that's just, that changes everything for me.
I'm amazed that I knew that then.
Yeah.
Because you're right, it really does blend. That's one I accidentally got right.
Yeah. Not the diuretic.
No. That's yesterday's video thing if you are questioning it. Viewers.
Barbarian. Gosh, that was really good.
Yeah. You have to kind of like give yourself up to some of the bad choices that people are making.
Yeah, you're just going why all the time.
Yeah, but you just, once you give yourself up to the movie and just are okay with that sort of thing. Because you're thinking, and that's how all horror movies are. Why are they doing that? I would never do that. Yeah. I would never do that. So, but once you've done that, it's a great movie. The tonal levels shift at the snap of a finger.
Skillfully.
It was a very dramatic movie at the beginning, and then it turned... Well, a character who was less dramatic was introduced. Justin Long is brought into the film, and he lightens the feel because just his type of energy that he brings to any movie he's in gives you such a different vibe.
Yeah.
And then at the very end, very end, with some of the music choices, it gets very light.
Yeah.
Or humorous or something.
Yeah, they really lull you in with a false sense of security because they, right off the bat, things aren't feeling right. And then it gets terrifying. And then Justin Long comes in and you're like, cool, we're safe. It's daytime.
Yeah.
We're around other people. We're not even in Michigan.
Right.
And then the horror show begins anew.
Yeah. New way, new character. Yeah.
Yes.
But that was it. I don't know. Threw me through. Is it through a loop? Is that how you say it? Threw me for a loop.
Yeah.
A couple times.
Yeah.
I was very surprised.
Well, I think it's like we've never been in a horror film situation.
Yeah.
And we're watching it going, never in a million years am I that brave woman who keeps trying to help people.
She said she was tough.
Her own, yeah, she did say she was tough. At the risk of her own well-being.
Right.
And then you got somebody else in the film who maybe throws somebody really under the bus to try to save themselves.
Right.
Which I also would not do. I'm in the middle. I'm in the middle. Basically, my feet would be glued to the floor. I would be too scared to even do anything.
Right.
And so the whole time, you're not either of these people.
Yeah.
Unless you're Mark Wahlberg if you were on the 9/11 planes.
Right.
But no. I mean, you're just like, why are they doing this? Why are they doing this? You can't understand, and therefore you don't know what it will be.
Yeah. Yeah. And, you know, I feel like with Justin Long's character, some of the choices he makes, like when he goes down into the basement to the deep crevasses of the basement, like, he's got he's owned the house forever. So to him, this is just, this has been here and I just never noticed it.
Right.
And because he feels like he knows the house. And he's got a one-track mind to where, okay, I got to sell this house. I need to find out how much square footage is down here so that I can sell it.
I need to get liquid.
Yeah, I got to get liquid. And so it makes a tiny bit of sense as to why he feels the confidence to go down there. Maybe, right?
I mean,
based off of that,
theoretically, yes. I can't understand what would possess him. I'm like Kevin McAllister. As soon as I see that weird thing in the basement, I'm out.
Whoa. Yeah.
I'm out.
Right, that. I don't know, what is that thing? It's the furnace,
thing?
yeah. Yeah. But, you know, I thought, spoilers at this point, I thought Justin Long was going to be a redeemable, is that the word? Yeah. Like a character who finds goodness within him or whatever. And
he seemed like he was
learning,
turning over a new leaf,
and that was going to be like the moral of the story, and then they're like, nah, we're going to make him very bad.
I feel like that is a current trend in horror films,
to just not follow the line of thinking that they've created, or the trope, or
yeah, kind of, but also it's like how TV for a while was like flawed men characters, and then it's like we're tired of seeing all the Walter Whites, the Don Drapers, the Tony Soprano. Like, it's like we've seen this story.
Right.
They're bad, but they're also good, blah, blah, blah. So then in TV, we started getting into flawed female characters. You got your Fleabags, your June Osbournes, things like this.
Which one's June Osbourne?
Our Handmaid's Tale.
Oh, okay. seen a lot of that. I should have picked up on that.
But now I feel like we're kind of in an area where it's like people are existing in both camps. And it's not like you clearly have like a good person to root for or a bad person or even like a flawed person. It's just kind of like an unpredictable, more realistic type person.
Right.
Almost.
A more complex in a way. I don't know. Yeah, it's like their character traits aren't already laid out and we're just watching that happen.
Right. It's not like they fit into a neat character like slot.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, because I was just like, whoa, didn't expect him to do that.
Right.
And then I didn't expect him to even, like, die at the end.
Right.
And it was grotesque.
Right.
And I didn't expect that even in this movie. Like, we saw a lot of gross stuff, but I guess I just didn't expect...
liquidated eyeballs.
Yeah. Exactly.
Nobody does, you know?
Yeah.
No, yeah, because I feel like we've just switched into an area where, I don't know, like, I don't know, we're going to have to cut this.
Or we can leave it.
I don't remember what I was going to say.
Well, that's okay to forget.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. But, I don't know, general feelings? I mean, it's kind of late. We could probably cap it off with we liked the movie.
Yeah, we did. As a collective.
What'd you think? Did you like it?
Yeah.
Would you say this is the scariest movie we've watched so far?
I mean...
Because we haven't watched very many scary movies.
I didn't think it was scary, but yeah, of all the ones we've watched, I guess.
It was gross.
It was gross. It kind of got my heart pumping, you know? I mean,
like, the image of the
bottle.
Woman... Well, the bottle was disgusting, but...
Yeah.
The image of that woman standing at the end of the tunnel and the light dimly shining on her.
And then creeping backwards again.
Like all the creeping around.
That's a scary visual.
Yeah.
If I put myself in that position, that's the scariest situation I can imagine. But I wasn't scared watching it.
Right. Yeah. But I could tell, like, ooh.
You're a brick wall, man.
Lately.
Something has changed, I know.
Like, I was getting into it, you know.
I was watching it like this because I'm a wimp.
And I wouldn't say this is, like, one of the scariest movies I've seen. Different types of horror movies are that. This is not that type of horror movie. This is just a adrenaline sort of like, ooh, oh, that sort of thing.
Right.
I don't come home from it and then I'm, like, you know, scared to be at home.
We'll see if that happens to me.
Oh, right. Yeah, and this is the type of movie that you would think would create that situation.
I know.
Because it takes place within a home.
I think The Grudge and Hereditary.
Those are your scariest?
I'll be laying in bed sometimes just thinking about
them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah, I think of all the ones we've watched, this is... What about Men? You thought that one was a little scary?
I mean...
It was, like, weird.
It was unsettling.
Unsettling, yeah.
But I haven't thought about it, like, once since we watched it.
Right, yeah.
So...
But yeah, I think this one, at least like adrenaline style, this one got me the most.
And something that's really been in common with a lot of the movies we've seen this year is we kind of truly don't know how they're going to end.
Yeah. I feel like
none of them have been really predictable. And I feel like some of the older ones we've seen, it's more like the Scream era where it's like you have a group of people and you're like, somebody's going to be the bad guy in this group of people, but they're aligning with this is kind of what I said earlier, they're aligning with their character trope until all of a sudden they don't.
Right.
And then in like current horror films and this one, it's just like throughout you just don't know what they're gonna... I think that's what I was trying to say earlier.
Okay. Oh,
throughout the movie, you don't know. You keep not knowing what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But like the other ones, you can kind of predict it up until a certain point, like
right.
the end.
Like Bill. SARS or Scars? Which one is he? He's Scar?
Yes.
Skarsgård.
Yeah. Because
right.
it's Maggie Gyllenhaal's guy is Sarsgaard.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that whole thing I thought was going one way, and then he gets his brains bashed in, and I was like, what?
He literally does not have a head anymore.
Yeah. And I just...
Also, can we talk about how when we saw him through the window, through the curtain, you couldn't really see him, and I did not know he was in this movie. And I said, that kind of looks like Alexander Skarsgård.
This is true.
And then the door opens, and it was Bill.
And it was Bill.
It was
that was
crazy.
awesome.
It blew our minds. And I was going, is that Justin Long? For like every new character. Just because I knew he was in it.
Yeah, he doesn't show up till so late.
Yeah, maybe like a third of the way in or something.
Yeah. It was kind of surprising. Because that's what I was thinking. I was like, this is kind of like a 2-actor film.
Right, where are they going to fit him
How are
in?
they going to fit another
Certainly he's
main
not
actor?
that boob woman.
Right. There's just the boob woman that we, I don't think he's behind all that makeup.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
So he's got a great rack.
oh man, that was grotesque.
Yeah, it was.
Good movie though, effective movie. Got my adrenaline going.
Yeah.
I feel like I know when that's happening when I hop out of my chair and and get onto the floor. Like I'm watching like up close, like, oh, what's gonna happen?
Did you do that?
Yeah, I got down over on
You
the
did
carpet
at
over there one point.
I was too busy going like this and staring at the screen.
Yeah, I'll get out of the chair and then watch the TV from my knees.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think maybe I saw you jumping around over there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there were a couple jump scares that got me. Like when Justin Long was thrown into the tunnel and then I mean he like moves his flashlight over and it's the other girl.
Oh yeah.
It's not like a monster or anything,
Right.
but
You mean
just
in
the other
the
girl.
pit?
In the pit, yeah.
The pit.
I was just like that scared me
Yeah, that was scary.
as a jump scare.
There were a handful of those that were pretty good.
Hopped out of my seat.
Yeah. That baby bottle.
Ooh, yeah, the baby bottle.
That was really messed up. That was everything. The more you thought about it, the more messed up it was.
And kept looking at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It literally was like from the 50s or 60s or something. That's
Right.
how long that baby bottle's been around. They're not washing anything down there.
Do you think the dad, this is off, well, it's the same topic, I guess. The dad offed himself because Justin Long was like, this place is going to be swarming with cops. And then he's like, well, I guess this is the end. Or do you think he was just like dying and just wanting to be dead?
Probably both.
A little bit of both.
Maybe. I somehow those don't even feel right. I was thinking about that when it happened. I was like, is he just like trying to make he wants to shoot the gun so that the boob lady comes to find Justin, and he just doesn't give a shit about anything anymore?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like, I don't think that's actually it, but none of the answers fit.
Okay. Yeah, I was just thinking...
Like, he chose that moment to kill himself?
Well, he couldn't reach the gun.
Okay,
because
so
he was so bedridden.
So he just needed a random person to happen to come down there?
Yeah.
To put him out of his misery?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. Was it him putting himself out of his misery, or is it, oh shoot, the cops are going to be here, I'm going to take myself out
I don't think he
instead
gives
of
a
them
shit
taking
about
me
that.
out? Okay.
It's just like, he knew he was on the brink anyway.
Right. Yeah, he was. Yeah. Good movie, though.
Mm-hmm.
Gross.
Very gross.
Grotesque.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Should we go ahead and end it? We're at 15. This is going to be some long content here. People can listen to this on their way to work.
Gotta give the people
Those
what they want.
commutes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Even if you have to drive on the wrong side of the road or something disgusting like that.
Well, like all my British friends? She didn't mean it.
Okay, now we have to do the
outro. Who wants to say it? Or together?
I don't think I can do that.
Yeah, I
long
haven't
thing
quite
in
memorized
unison.
it yet. Okay. Let's see if you can do it.
Okay. Perhaps we'll see you tomorrow for more pure hangout.
Nice and thick. Nice and thick.
Nice and